Hey guys, welcome back. We're in day number 4 with another scripture from the Apostle Paul. And this one is one I think all of us can relate to. He wrote this in Romans, and it's found in chapter 7, verse 15. He says this: I don't really understand myself, for I want to do what is right, but I don't do it. Instead, I do what I hate. Have you ever felt this way before? Have you ever felt like there are things you wish you did and other things you wish you didn't do? It'd be way easier to share your story if it was chock full of success and triumphs. Instead, our stories are littered with failures, shortcomings, hurts, and regrets. There are parts of our stories that we dislike, even hate. But the fact of the matter is the parts of our stories we dislike or wish we could change are often the parts of the story that others can relate to. Every person knows fear. Every person knows regret and shame and setbacks and challenges. Every person understands and empathizes with those aspects of life. This is why you can relate with what Paul wrote in Romans 7. Had Paul only shared his highlight reel, which parenthetically, like we often do or like we often see on social media, you'd feel insecure or like you don't measure up. But instead, you connect with Paul because he shared his humanity. Wow, think about that. We can relate with Paul. Like, I don't really understand myself. I want to do what is right, but I don't do it. Instead, I do what I hate. I've 100% felt that way. I know that feeling. I know that tension. I'm like, man, I'm an idiot. What was I thinking? Or why would I do that? I knew I didn't want to do that. I knew I didn't want to go there. I knew I didn't want to get involved in that. And yet I allow myself to do those things. Yet I take comfort in Paul's words because I realize, man, if Paul did it and God still used Paul, and if Paul understood that and God showed his grace to Paul, then that could be true for me as well. And I think this is the power of our stories. Is that all these things that we recognize, like the fear and the distrust or the hurt or the pain or the failures, those things that we'd rather not discuss or kind of put on blast are the things that other people can connect with. Again, we use social media as a metaphor or as an illustration, but it's easy to look at social media and think, well, look at everything's all put together. Everyone has everything they want or everything they need. And their life is perfect, and they have the kids and the husband or the spouse or the wife or the job or the travel or whatever it is. And we think, wow, everything must be great except for me. Everything's great for everyone else except for me. And that's just not true. It's in this humanity that we share our experiences, that we can relate to one another, and that we can encourage each other, and we can find hope. And so, my prayer for you today is that you find hope in Paul's words. You find hope in each other's experiences. You find hope in each other's failures and setbacks, because listen, if it's not good, God's not done. He has more work to do in our lives and in your story. So maintain hope and let's keep pressing forward.